Hello, Naya team from Diceus. This is the screencast where I would like just briefly to describe how we can see the solution. So basically, I would like to say that this is not the final prototypes. I mean, from the perspective of the final UI UX design, it's not ready. This is primarily for you to show how it may looks like, right? So in the future. So just to give you an idea. Basically, we took as a concept, the existing Azure portal. So basically, your solution is quite similar. I mean, not from the functionality perspective, but more from the UI UX perspective. So if we will have a look, on what you have really. So this is the uh, pretty much sequential steps where the user can choose something, and then on the next step he should see based on what he chose on the previous step and stuff like that. So we see that as a multi-window approach as Microsoft used in their new Azure portal. We designed it in a way that the concept should be extendable. So basically, in other words, you can add in the future more functionality into that. So not just the analyzing the Oracle databases and suggesting what the company could save if they would migrate on the Postgre or something like that, but also the monitoring tools, as we discussed in the beginning, so other migration things, and so on. So basically, as you can see that on the existing Azure portal, how it looks like. So basically, this is the window, right? So on the left side, so the main menu, and this is the window. And whenever you would choose something in the window, they show another window, right to the existing one, and there is scroll, so you can navigate and then see. So this is the approach much more better suit to your requirements than the standard the approach with breadcrumbs and without be able to see the previous steps and so on. So this is the login screen. How we can see that. So this is definitely there is could be other pictures and stuff like that. So there is could be, I don't know, additional parameters if you would like for the sign in, but I can imagine that there is still should be, right, some sort of the sign in and forgot password and so on. So once we sign in, right, the first thing which we can see, this is again, so the main dashboard, right? So this is the same. For example, if we log in to the cloud portal, right? So to Azure cloud portal, what we can see there is the dashboard, right? So you can place here different news, right? So about the Naya product. You can put there also some historical data. For example, if any previous manager used that, right? So then there should be some maybe sort of history what he chose in the past. So there is maybe quick access to the cookbook or something like that. So this is the home page, right? Definitely, that these menu items, there is could be also access to the cookbook in the future. There is could be help in the future. There is maybe some additional menu items like I don't know, maybe for the monitoring tools and so on. Okay. So once you open the analyze tab, right? So there is will be a quick search, right? So where you can search all the servers, choose them, right? Filter by features, choose the cost and press button show. Or you can go to the advanced filter, right? And here you have all the whole magic, right? In terms of the searching for the server. So you can choose the server name, you can choose the other filter, right? So you can choose features. This is multi-select, by the way, so you can choose different features. And then, well, and some other filter parameters, well, we ask you to provide, but, well, you didn't, so we just put it that as other filter. So, well, we can add as much as possible filters. Well, you can press button filter, and then here it will display, well, the name of the service. In order to choose this service, well, you press button just select, and it will be added to the multi-select, well, as chosen server, right? And then you can delete, or you can add, you can search one more time by another criteria and select and add into that area. Well, definitely once you will choose, well, you will press button show, right? And then all servers will pop up over there, right? So as filter parameters, as filtered servers, right? And then you can choose well, the cost, and well, that whole magic will be automatically appear. So this is database migration score, right? So where you will be able to see, well, the server cost, right? So as in your prototypes, right, as over there. And then you can see most expensive databases and most complex databases. Definitely, as we discussed, there could be a great executive migration report, but we didn't prototype that yet. So, well, we still have to discuss. Well, as we discussed with David previously, there is still should be discussed how it should looks like, right? But this is actually the minor, right? Once you press well on the show advance, right, or well you press on the server, so it will show the per database migration complexity. So, well, if you press that, it will show all the servers over there. If you choose concrete server, it would just show one pie chart. By the way, as we discussed with Yair, there could be not pie chart but anything else. But that this is more for the future, right? So at the time when will be UI UX expert working, so he would suggest what sort of the presentation, well, what sort of the diagram or way to present information would be much more better. But well, as an example, well, we used the same as you suggested. So basically, the pie chart. Once user will press on the concrete function, then will appear sort of the tree view, right? So the tree view could be modified and can looks like in your prototype, like, well, with these sort of buttons and borders and, well, the exact numbers. But for the well, since we didn't have so much time to do that, so we just well, presented for you in the tree list view. Once user will select that, right, so then well, he'll be able to see in the next window the actually feature migration details. Well, we didn't prototype that as well, since, well, again, didn't have so much time, but, well, you can see and can imagine how it may looks like. Basically, well, those windows can be closed, right, at any point of time. And then could be again pressed, I don't know, advanced filter or show, right? And then all this magic will appear again. Yeah, so this is like that. This is how we can see your prototypes, right? So, well, how we can see the more navigational side, all the search items, and how we can see the, well, the presentation of information. Definitely, this is not again final prototypes, right, and how it should looks like, right. From the UI UX perspective, definitely there is a lot of work required to be done in order to have, well, at least, well, similar to that, right, what Azure has, or maybe even much more better. But well, we wanted to give you just an idea how we can see that from the navigational side, and I think that this way of doing should be, well, quite quite good for the user, right? So user will be, I think, happy, right, to see that, because they will be able quite easily to understand everything about that. Well, if you have any other questions or suggestions, just let us know. well, we will be happy to reflect that in the prototypes going forward. Yeah, so thanks for offering us to give you, well, just at least an overview about well, our possibilities, and well, for sure looking forward for more cooperation going forward. Thanks, guys. Bye.